to another episode. My name is Bertrand. I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel, especially when you get out of a relationship, because you're going to be trying to figure out what's going on. Dating in 2023 is terrible. It's horrible. You know what? I'm going to go back to my ex. Baby, we got to make this work, baby. We got to make this work. Now, confidence is key in helping you accept whatever happened and move on. Now, today is a reaction video, and this one comes from Tia Mowry because she did an interview where she talked about, you know what? I'm going to let her do the talking, but before we see this clip, I got to ask you guys, is the grass greener on the other side? What has she learned? And is it possible that she could go back to her husband? Let's check her out.
Hard is it in the dating world now?
Oh my God!
What is it like out there for a single woman?
Shot of tequila? No. No,
I haven't been single for 5 years, so I don't know what this world is like out there. But I know it. But from what I see and from what I hear, it is tough.
It is very tough, and it is exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I want to throw the towel in. Someone had told me, and I wanted to be like, no, I disagree with you, and I don't want to believe it. My last relationship, when dating was, when I was, dating this person, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was wonderful. There was courting that was, involved. And I was saying how I feel like that's no longer, present, meaning like people just don't court each other anymore. And this person was like, well, that's old news. Like people just don't do that anymore. There's just this whole new way of doing things. And I'm like, you mentioned tradition, and I think that's where it kind of needs to go back to, where, a man is, courting a woman and showing her, how much he appreciates her and wants her and loves her, or wants to be with her. They have this mentality right off the bat that there is someone else. Do you know what I mean? Like there could be someone else.
Is it that they're the prize?
Yes. Yes.
We talking deep here.
Yes.
We about to get into it.
Oh my God, that the man is the prize.
The man is the prize.
Yes. I'm talking loud. Yes. Also, it seems as if men are now just looking at women as objects. Things are so, it's like instant gratification. You know what I mean? They just want something like quick and easy and now.
Oh my goodness. What? A piece of meat. Look, last I checked,
there's a graduation. There's a celebration.
Right, and I'm not really checking for Tia Mowry, not because of what she did to her husband, but just because there's younger, more beautiful women out here in the world. Now, this was the same woman who had her son tell her that she better not take her ass outside. Now, of course, the son didn't say it that way, but clearly she had something on that made her look like a piece of meat. So it's very, very peculiar that she would be even using a term like that, because she put herself in that situation. Now, this is even more funny because we can simply just say, well, hey, let's pull up your social media posts over the past year and let's see if you're displaying your personality or your assets. Like, which one? Now, me personally, as a man, I get it. Yes, women are parading themselves as pieces of meat because you're sexually liberated. Now, this really answers the question as to, is the grass greener? Does she have any regret of actually leaving her relationship?
Dating was, when I was, dating this person, it was beautiful. It was amazing.
I'm going to tell you, it looks and it sounds like this woman has regretted leaving her marriage because she was the one who graduated. But she described dating as exhausting, where she needs a shot of tequila. Well, if you know anything about tequila, she needs way more than one shot, and she's gonna have more than one shot of tequila. The funny thing is, she graduated from her marriage, right? There's a celebration. Now, what happens after the celebration? What happens after the graduation? Does she want to go back to school where it was traditional and fun and courting and everything that she said? Now, it's funny that she's making these statements because, in my opinion, she's leading women down the wrong path. She's been married for a long time, right? Long time being over 10 years, right? Because now, today, a long relationship is really considered like a year or two, because the hookup culture / stripper culture has really sped up dating, right? Meaning you get what you experience what you want to experience from that person, and then you move on to a new experience. That's what this hookup culture is bringing to everyone. She talked about courting, and she talked about chivalry and traditional things, right? She even used the same type of phrase where she was like, amazing, right? Now, I want her and all women like her to understand this is the reason why courting no longer exists. This is the reason why chivalry and gentlemen are taking a step back, because who wants to be a gentleman?
All you gotta do is call him up and say, hey, and he will drop whatever it is that he is doing,
just to be called controlling, boring, or those other words that they really don't know the meaning to, like narcissistic. Did she think that she was gonna get out here and not have to compete with the younger, more beautiful women? Like, even when Tia was in her prime, right, she wasn't a woman that I plastered on my wall like, that is the most beautiful woman in the world, right? In fact, when I was watching her show, Sister back in the day, I used to always think she might want to go ahead and give Roger a chance, because I don't know who's really checking for her. She's cute, she's light skinned, but I guess she had to learn the hard way, like a lot of other women do, where it's like, hey, this was a highlight reel that you saw, and you thought the highlight reel was her actual life, when in fact it actually wasn't. Because if that, let's just say that the trips, the jewelry, the big celebrations where you see like these flowers leading up to a path where this woman is walking through and everybody is handing her a flower, and then there's a guy right there singing, and then boom, now he's proposing to her. Like, that's what women are not getting. And the few women that are getting it, like the life that they have to live with those guys, they're not sharing what they should, right? Which is the hard parts. They're not showing the hard parts where it's like, damn, this dude is working all the time. I never see him, so he has to do things like this because I never see him. Now, when it comes to a woman like Tia, especially with her being very experienced, right? Because if she's been married, let's just say 14, 15 years, that lets you know that she's older, right? She's probably somewhere close to 50. So starting over and you're around the age of 50, well, listen, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and wish you good luck out here, because there are some younger, beautiful women. I know I repeated that, but I repeated that for a reason, because when you put yourself back on the market, I don't think she understands who her competition is. And I don't think she also understands that she released a guy that a lot of women want. A lot of women want her husband because he's tall, he's in the spotlight, he's an actor, he's making some money. He even has a new movie with Tyler Perry coming out. So with all of that being said, she really played herself. Now, this is why it's important to reinvent yourself, because if you don't, you'll come back and you'll make these same dumbass mistakes where you think the grass is greener, or that women are being treated like a piece of meat. Women are placing themselves in that position. They are pieces of meat because that's where they're placing themselves. This channel is not about complaining about dating. It's about adapting, but more importantly, focusing on yourself, improving your life, getting your shit together, right? And the way you do that is you focus on whatever your purpose is, whether that means you're a creator or whether you're helping a creator, because life is lived better when we work together. Now, with that being said, I gotta ask you guys, Do you think she's going to go back to her husband? Comment under this video. Remember, when you're watching these videos, you are becoming a better version of yourself. That means you 2.0. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.